This your boy Princetreppe back with another unboxing video. Today we're here to unbox the Nebula Cosmos Laser 4K home theater projector. I went ahead and did it. I call it FOMO. I don't even know what to call it. It's definitely something I just wanted to do and say, hey, you know what? I'm doing it. I did enjoy. If you've been following my channel, you know I recently unboxed the Nebula Capsule 3 laser. So it's nice. It's very portable. Love it. It's almost perfect. It's not 4K, and granted, I'm not a huge Netflix person. My family is, but I'm not. But it supports Netflix, but you have to do a little workaround to get it to work. They actually, I guess, with more recent software update, they have it built in so you can just click, 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 and it installs. But it's a really old version of Netflix. I think it's even prior to when they even had Netflix with profiles. So it works, but it's not like Netflix you're used to watching on any smart TV or even on your phone. It's just this really old, outdated version of it, and I'm like, this isn't gonna cut it. But everything else about it is great. But I upgraded because I saw the potential. You know, I want to say, hey, it made me inspired me to want to say, okay, I'm gonna finally do something with my my basement and start not start, but create a home theater downstairs in the basement. Before then I just wasn't inspired to do so, but after messing around with that and seeing the potential, it's just something about seeing because I'm a TV guy, so I got 65-inch TVs almost everywhere in the house, but it's something about having that big screen while you're watching a movie or some kind of content that just gives that movie magic that you only get in the theaters. So having that home is, I was enjoying it. Like we were doing it, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I want to go all in. So here we are, about to go all in, and let's go. All right, so it's a nice boxing. Comes in a nice solid box. Let's see some of the features on here. So this one is the smaller one, the mini one. It's about 300 lumens. So as far as brightness, this one comes in at 2400. So it's a night and day difference. It's so bright that they have it built in. If you walk in front of the screen, it dims the light because they don't want to blind you. They don't want a lawsuit. So it gets that bright. So it's definitely. They claim, and I believe I'm pretty sure I've seen some reviews. It's true. You can turn the shades up daytime, and you can watch this just fine, no problem. It's not you can only watch it in a dark or dim room. Daytime, no problem. What else is on here? The sound is a lot better this time. The other one had 8 watts speakers. This has 30-watt speakers. I think it's 2 10s and I believe 2 5s. So that's definitely awesome setup. So in a larger room, it should definitely fill the room a lot better. Now the 8 watts did a good job, but this would just like really just fill it up. This one supports up to, I guess, the premium resolution. I would say 4K. It's without any, how can I say this, without losing any quality. Up to 150 inches. You probably can get it bigger than that if you go further back, but then you got some compromises. Get closer, so it's at the perfect distance, probably about, I think about 11 feet or so. 150 inches is awesome. Anything else? Obviously Android TV. Now this one's Android TV 10 versus the other one had 11. The small one has 11. I honestly don't. I'm not a big Android TV guru, so you can look up what the differences are. I'm not gonna go through that with you. That's on you. But it works. It's Android TV. One step down isn't gonna hurt. One thing I already know this one doesn't. It has HDMI port, but HDMI 2.0. Now, granted, I'm not going to be running a whole lot of things that require 2.1, but it would have been nice to have that future proof. So if I do connect an Xbox, you have that VRR support and some other stuff that comes with 2.1. Now, granted, it's not a must, but it'd be nice to have that little extra future proof, and so it's not there, but it's not a deal breaker. This one also has a USB port, USB Type A, not Type C. So it's more on the older side of some of the technology. I think it's released early last year, and the other one came out more toward the end of last year. So you can see the difference in the technology gap within like 6 months. What they've decided to put in it. But For what really matters, this has everything it does that the other one just doesn't have. Like, what really matters is the 4K, the brightness, the color popping, all of that. So let's get it open. Tab at the bottom, but I need to cut a little bit. Not much. That one's already open. I'll just fold it. All right. So I'm guessing this comes upward. Let's put the box inside. Product placement. I don't want too far front because I might throw off my focus. All right. Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. Almost like an Xbox unboxing. You gotta stand up for those bad boys. So let's see what's in here. So I'll push this to the side just a wee bit. I want it to fall off the table. So accessories kit. Let's see what the accessories kit has in it. If I can get it open. Man versus box. There we go. It flips. So like I said, this one fully supports Netflix. It's Netflix certified, so there's even a button on the controller. Let me get the controller out for you guys. So there's even a button on the controller that even shows the little, if I could get it, so it's not, the little Netflix icon on a picture on it. So Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, which is perfect for the kids. They just want to hit one button, YouTube, and Prime Video. Hulu's not on here, but I'm sure it's in the menu. You can just drill through it. But all the heavy hitters are definitely on there. Hulu's also a heavy hitter, but I'm gonna say it's there. This remote, I think I like a lot better because it just I like this white ring here, so you can tell which direction you're kind of hitting without where the center is, especially in a dark room. You want to know where the center is instead of everything being black. That's one thing I noticed on the first remote, that it was all black, so it was like I had a muscle memory to know where the center to click left and right and where the center was, because it was so flat it was almost sometimes hard to tell. So I like that they highlight buttons like that in white that way instead of being like mostly all black or dark. So that's a plus. That's a good plus. Batteries, I'm not even gonna take that out. Manual. Well, we know what we're doing now, so we ain't need this. This one has the power supply is built in, so it's just a power cord. I think that's a good thing. So I don't want to lug around power bricks. I just want to, hey, here's a power cord, plug it and go. Downside, if there's a power trip, the brick is gone, it's inside, so the whole thing has to be replaced, but that's where we get a surge protector. So I definitely need to put a dedicated surge protector for this one. I want to protect the investment. What else we got in here? So all the technology is on this, well, not all of it, but the brains of it is on this chip, right? Not chip, but this dongle, I would say, right here. So this fits in, I'll show you in a minute here, on the rear of it. And you have a USB mini connection right here, older technology, and I want to say that's probably going to be some type of HDMI connection, maybe, potentially. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, just by looking at it. I don't see it often. But we'll see. I think it's HDMI mini, though. All right, so I can put this on the side. I don't get so particular. Let's put on the side. All right. Boy. Now, the weight of this is 10 pounds. So what I've been kind of wrestling with is how should I seat it? You know, the smaller one obviously sit on a tripod because it's very lightweight, less than 5 pounds, could run a tripod no problem. This one being 10 pounds, most tripods don't hold 10 pounds, a weight of something that's 10 pounds. They just don't. There are some ones that do, but given the size of it and the weight, I don't want it to even miss and tilt over and then something happens. So I might just get like some dedicated higher table or stand just to keep it on. Because it definitely has some weight to it. You're gonna get some bicep crunches in there with this one. Um, Turn it around for you guys. HDMI in, like I said, USB Type A, and power. And it has an aux. Now, granted, I won't be using the aux. I'm pretty sure these have really great speakers, so I wouldn't need the aux. And if I do want to turn into like a true surround sound style type of setup, you could pass stuff through like a sub bar or surround sound speakers, however you want to angle it up. I may or may not do that. I may not require it, but we'll see how I decide to build a room. All right. If I could get this open, I don't know. There we go. Let's slide it up. And these are the connectors here that this connects into. It's like this. That's the USB. This has got to be, yeah, HDMI mini, like I said. And that just plugs in there like so. Let me get it in. Oh, make it seem so effortlessly. Let me get it. There it goes. There's almost like a bracket or wall like that. It doesn't just dangle in there. So it definitely has a dedicated spot that you have to get it in there just right and push it in. So that's actually a good thing. So it's not just like hanging or something like that. So it's in there. Pop the top back on. So I probably won't need to open this ever again. And what's good is, if they want to add more features, you could probably get some kind of software update. Either that could be the software update just connecting to it, or probably just be wirelessly because it does support 5G. Or like if the whole thing needs to be replaced, you probably just replace the whole thing. Push this down. There we go. I'm not gonna power it on right now, but just like the Mini, right here are touch buttons. So you can once it's powered on, they light up. So I can kind of really faintly see like left, right, up, down, center, power button, volume, and so on. Turn on the brightness. I know that's a settings button. Backwards, volume up and down. So all that's kind of right there. So that's it. And I'm not taking it off yet, but here's protected for the glass. But I'll take it off before I really get it set up. I'll take it off now. As well. All right. So obviously it has a built-in autofocus. So and a keystone with autofocus. So that's a nice plus. So kind of like once it hits the wall, it kind of like it auto calibrates. But if you don't like what it auto calibrates to, you can still manually set up the calibration even after that and fine tune it to your liking. And one of these here is for like I said, once it detects someone walking across, it dims it. So it doesn't. So if you miss and turn your head toward it, you don't get blinded or something. So I do definitely like that. Man, this is beast. So definitely gonna start a little movie night tonight. Gonna get it set up with the family and start a little movie night going tonight, and get something going.
All right, so I wanted to get in some video of what it looks like. Obviously, if it's too much light, because this projector is pretty bright. If it's too bright, you can also turn on the brightness. I'm actually still tweaking with the settings to turn on some of the brightness. As you can see, it can get pretty bright. And in a room that isn't completely black walls, sometimes you might want to turn that brightness down because the light may reflect off of other white surfaces in the room and reflect back on the screen. So definitely play with the brightness settings on this because it is very bright. But that helps out a lot. Like, say for example, your no daytime. So you can definitely see this pretty well in the daytime. But this is at night, mostly pitch black room. Like I like this scene right here. Like right here, you can see like the golds and stuff coming in. But in some brighter scenes, you can see like it's overly saturated. I think with too much brightness. So I might tweak that a little bit more. Let me just let this play out a little bit so I can see what I'm talking about. I like that blue that came in there too. Like I like to see the mixture of some of these bright colors, especially when HDR kicks in. I thought it was a pretty powerful scene with a lot of stuff going on, a lot of different darks and lights combined on the same page or same screen. So it's good to And that red right there, I wanted to show that effect as well. So this is definitely something I am enjoying. I like this a lot more over the smaller version. The smaller version is more portable. This one's it's portable, but it's more stationary in a lot of ways because you really shouldn't put it on a tripod. But it gets that 4K in there, nice and popping. And I've switched between the two. If you're far enough away, you definitely may not notice um, each individual pixel at a 1080p. But if you're at too close, you'll definitely start seeing it come through. But this is an overall brighter, better contrast of lights and darks, which I do enjoy. I do like. Yeah, this was pretty awesome right there. Look at that. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good film too, but the way this thing is planted is definitely amazing. All right, I also want to showcase some video from like a YouTube video that was like this pure 4K video. Now, what I'll notice that your source, your 4K source, you can definitely see the difference between like a movie playing on like Disney Plus, which is has that movie feel to it where the colors are a little toned down a bit, but when you play other types of 4K video like something off of YouTube that's like 4K nature films, like this is where the projector shows its true colors. Literally, like look at this scene, look at the contrast with the colors and the greens. I mean it's night and day between like the source like what depending on what source you're trying to use or what you're playing it from. So definitely, if you're watching the previous scene with Avengers, thinking no, it's not as colorful as I thought it would be. This shows it right here. It gives you all the colors, all the HDR comes popping right through. It really just depends on your source material, and also keep in mind, streaming stuff from like a um a streaming platform in some ways as well, like Disney Plus and stuff, can hurt some of that compression depending on the type of video.
All right, guys. So that is it. Product placement. All right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, support. I'm out of here. Peace.